So A-levels are around the corner, teachers are probably force-feeding work down your throat, everyone around you seems like they're doing great and they're going to achieve their grades, your parents keep asking you, how's revision going, how's revision going? And your mind is a literal war zone. You've got so much work, you don't know what to do. There's a lot going on, right? But I feel this way too, and I'm sure most of you do. But I'm going to provide you with 2 simple strategies that you can use to get your A grades, to get ahead of most people, and to destroy this war zone fuckery that's going on inside your head. Let me just take these glasses off first. I don't even need them. I just use them to make me look intelligent so you could click on the video. Shh. But before we start, the only way this is going to work is if you actually sit down, watch the video properly, full screen it, stop scrolling through the comments, make some notes on it, and as soon as you finish the video, take action. Because if you don't take action, there's no point even watching the video. You could have just watched Shrek or Kim Kardashian like the other people. So it's good. You're actually ahead of most people now. You're watching the video, which is great. First point is making the most of the morning. Now, most of you, I'm sorry to say this might hurt some of your feelings. You wake up, you scroll your phone, you go through Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, then you realize you need to have breakfast, so you eat your cereal while watching the Sidemen or some Beta Squad or some YouTube videos. Then before you know it, it's time for school and you need to rush there and you've wasted about 2 or 3 hours in the morning. Whew. If you do this, I kind of feel bad for you, but I've been in the same boat as well. So we're going to get you out of this mentality. And if you don't do this, that's fine. That's great. You're already ahead. So the first thing to do is as soon as you wake up, you get on with your work. Okay, this might seem like a shock to you because most of you don't do this. But as soon as you wake up, you get on with your work. Because when you wake up, you have lots of energy. Your mind is clear. You haven't consumed any content online. You haven't talked to anyone. You literally go from your bed, get into your clothes, do a stretch and yawn and wake up and get on with the work. For example, I wake up at around 6:30, 7 o'clock. I wake up, I do an hour or 2 of work and then I head off to college. By doing this work in the morning, I'm already ahead of 99% of people. All these other people are waking up, scrolling on their phone, doing jack shit, but I've already done most of my revision for the day in the morning. So when the evening time comes, I can go to the gym, I can hang out with my friends, I can focus on my YouTube work because I've got the revision out of the way. Win the mornings. This concept's also from the book Discipline is Destiny. I've made a video on discipline. Go watch that after this. They talk about eating the frog in the morning. You basically do the hard work in the morning, which is revision, and the rest of the day will be easier. It will be great to get out of the way. This brings us on to point 2, which is do exam papers. Now, there's something called deep work and there's something called shallow work. Deep work is the hard task, the tasks that take a lot of energy, but the actual deep work is doing the main thing. So exam papers are doing the main thing because you're going to be sitting exam papers in May or June. So it makes sense to practice that skill. So when you come to do the exam papers, you're fucking boss at it. You're amazing at it. Because if you're doing flashcards and all this lovely colory aesthetic bullshit all the time, okay, you might be learning, but you're not applying your knowledge. So a simple way I do it is, say for business, I've got some exam papers. You can print them off there for free. If you don't have a printer, you can print them off at school. If you don't have a printer at school, then you're probably fucked. No, I'm joking. If you don't have a printer at school, just get it online. So you can print these off, you do them. You can either do them with no help at all, or you can do them and learn at the same time. So for example, there's a question on business, on profit or something, or delayering, and I need a bit of help with it. So I look into my book, I learn and apply it, because instead of just learning and making notes, you're learning and doing the question. So you're doing the main task instead of just highlighting and doing all this faffy bullshit. You're doing the main thing. And I'll tell you why doing the main thing is so important, because it really helped me. Before in sociology, I would make notes, I would make mind maps, which is obviously helpful, but I wouldn't do any main grueling proper tasks like doing the fucking exam questions. So I was at a D level, a C level. It was pretty shit. Then I started to do exam questions in the morning. I started to do 10 markers. I started to learn how to do them. I gave them to my teacher to mark. And before you know it, I got an A. So the results speak for itself. Most people don't want to do the exam papers because they're pretty shit at it, or they just don't have the discipline or willpower because they like to color in and do all this faffy bullshit. And finally, this is a little extra one. In order to get your A grades, you need to set some goals. For example, I've got 3 subjects here. I've got sociology, business, and economics. For each subject, I want an A, an A, and an A. In my brain, I've got the vision. I've got where my ship is headed. So say my ship is headed to Antarctica. My ship's headed to Antarctica. It's got an A. And then below it, you say, how are you going to get there? How am I going to get to Antarctica? All right, I'm going to have to take this route. So for example, I do exam practice. I do my work in the morning. I do mind maps to get the theorists and stuff. I cover my year 1 notes. I give my exam papers to my teacher to mark, because now you've got a route. You've got a plan on how to get to your A grades. And before you know it, you've applied these 3 concepts, you're sailing the fucking moon, mate. You're going off to Antarctica, you're ahead of all the other guys. All the other guys are crying their eyes out because they're gonna end up getting no grades and they're gonna be left behind in the dust. So guys, as I said earlier, remember, you need to take action. If you don't take action, it's like a boat. You've loaded up all the luggage, you've got all the knowledge, you've got all the fuel, you've got all the passengers, but the boat's not sailing anywhere. It's gonna sink in the middle of the sea like the fucking Titanic. So you need to take action. Have your plan, you got your A grades, and go for it. Got all the information in this video, so I want you to click off it. Don't go on TikTok, don't go on YouTube, don't waste your time doing any more of this bullshit, and go get your grades. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.